The mind has to be engaged. Most important thing to engage it. We want to hear Hari Katha from Rasik Vaishnavas. Obviously this is not the case now. So the second best thing is to hear from the devotees, aspiring devotees under Anigatya, the Vaishnavas. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says he disapproves of anyone doing bhajan independently. He says such artificial display is devoid of Anigatya. And what do the Vaishnavas say in this, on this matter? They say we should learn to do service in Anigatya, otherwise everything will be incorrect. So we have to be under guidance, constantly under guidance. But this is a fight, because really the mind and senses and the intelligence is contaminated at this very moment, unless we are pure devotees. And then this independence, there's always a fight with independence. We want to be independent, we want to do our own thing. Even though we're doing service, when you're doing this service now, what are you thinking about? Where is your mind going? If you're doing service and you're thinking of mummy, daddy, brother, I'm waiting for the next email to come, then you're not doing service, are you? The service is going to move the bar of always think of Krishna and never forget him. Remembrance of Krishna's, Lord Krishna's lotus feet destroys everything inauspicious. It purifies the heart and gives devotion to the Supreme Soul, enlaced with knowledge, realization and renunciation. So I'll break this down again and say it once more time, because we have to hear. The remembrance of Lord Krishna's lotus feet destroys everything inauspicious, and it removes the greatest fortune. It purifies the heart and gives devotion to the Supreme Soul, enlaced with knowledge, realization. So we're doing so many things, so-called service, but what mood are we doing it in? What bar are we doing it with? We have to do it to please Krishna. And we always remember Krishna. This is our constant thing. But now in our state, because we're contaminated, what does contamination mean? Contamination means that you feel that you can find some enjoyment in this material world. This is what contamination means. When you're purified, you'll realize that there's no contamination in this material world. We come to this Krishna consciousness 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, we're in Utsamaya. That means pumped up enthusiasm. We're enthusiastic. Then that goes. Krishna's mercy goes. Then you start to look for some sense gratification, for the external energy to make you happy, But when you're purified, you'll realize there's no happiness in this material world. Girls will look for husbands, men will look for ladies, wives, because why? They haven't understood the philosophy. I know I've been through this thing. They haven't understood the philosophy, or they haven't had higher class association. Always remember Krishna and never forget him. Bhakti Vikan Keshav says the intelligence cannot be fixed in Krishna unless you're in Sadhu Sangha. So we're in Sadhu Sangha. This is the most important thing. So we should always try to keep a tight vessel in your heart, in your spiritual life. And that means if you want your real welfare, you'll be very extremely careful with your association. If you're loose, you're very casual. Casual means casualty. So you have to keep tight association. Association with high class Vaishnavas. Not ones who are just talking the talk, laughing, joking, this, that. Okay, sometimes that must be there, but are very serious in their spiritual life. And be careful with this Asat Sangha. Asat Sangha is in this temple, Asat Sangha is everywhere, Asat Sangha is in my mind. So you should see this association and use your intelligence and understand, associate with these devotees, or try to get them to these devotees who are very, very serious. Now we're in Sadhu Sangha, we're lucky, everything is going okay. But when this Sadhu Sangha go, when this pure Sadhu Sangha go, you'll see what happens. Many fighting, everyone joking, but not everyone, people jockeying for position. So we should stick with the winner if you want to be a winner. Understand, have this association with serious devotees. We come here 1 year ago, 3 months ago, 10 years ago, so many long ago. And sometimes we get sidetracked and we realize what we come to Krishna consciousness for. We've come to Krishna consciousness to understand that we're not his body, that we're Jiva Subhahoy, Krishna Nityadas, we're eternal spirit soul. So if we're not his body, why are we trying to give pleasure to this body or go in the direction of the body? We want to go in the direction of the Atma. I'm not the servant of, the master of anything or anyone. I'm only the servant. So with this mood, we will do our service. This is the most important thing. So as Swami Prabhupada always stressed, that we're not his body. Man, this is the first thing to always understand in spiritual life. But what is the case? We're having body and body relationships, which is temporary, superficial. A wise man doesn't waste his time on temporary things because they have a beginning and end. He wants to put his time and devotion to purify himself and to get, what's the goal? What's the aim and object of our bhajan? Is Krishna praying. Not Krishna, Krishna praying. So we have to be with them praying backwards who've got this Krishna praying. So we're so fortunate and so lucky that we're in this situation, you know. So we have to be very, very careful of our association. So many, you know, people have been around, devotees have been around Krishna consciousness for many years, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they still cannot understand because no discrimination. If you can't discrimination, then no glorification. Who is the Sudha Bhakta? Who is that Premi Bhakta? Who is the Acharya? They're still wandering around like a dog chasing man, running after his tail. You see this happen, and they don't know who the Premi Bhakta is. It's his situation. So we're lucky in this situation. We're with a Premi Bhakta. Very rare to have a Premi Bhakta. He's got prem, he's got love for God. Unless you're coming to the Madhya platform or your peer devotee, we don't understand what love is, you know. Maybe some affection, but only this affection we're doing is for our own sense gratification. Is it? For our own sense gratification. How will this make me happy? So this is demoniac policy. How will this make me happy? Demoniac policy. How will this make Krishna happy? But we're not on that level to make Krishna happy, so we should be on the level to make that Vaishnava happy, to give pleasure to that Vaishnava. We should desire to be a speck of dust at the lowest feet of that Vaishnava. But at the moment, we're not a speck of dust, we're a big boulder. A big boulder causing so many problems to that Vaishnava. So, we should pray that I want to be crushed. I want to be crushed, and then smash that boulder, smash it, and then it'll crush it, and we will become a speck of dust at the lowest feet of that Vaishnava. This is our only desire, you know, to be that. But to get eternal loving relationship with that Vaishnava is not easy, you know. To continue on this path, Bhakti Rasa Sridhar Maharaj says, to continue on this path, this is our reward within itself. To continue. I mean, I'm doing my power comes from, I think, oh, I'm so lucky I'm getting up this morning, I'm doing some chanting, I'm chanting Harinam. I hope tomorrow I can do the same. To continue on this path, this is our reward within itself. Because many go away, as you know. They get allured by the external energy and they've got no guidance and they go away. So we have to be very, very careful. We're under the guidance of the Vaishnava, but it always won't be this here, you know. This ain't going to be the case. I've experienced it a couple of times in my life. The Vaishnavas will go, they will go to Gurudev, and then you will see what happens. You'll be lucky if you get Sadhu Sangha again, but if you're sincere, that Vaishnava will come to you. That Vaishnava will make arrangements. So keep a tight vessel. Keep your association. You don't have to do hundreds of things. You chant Nam. You read the Sastra. Your mobile, you use it because you have to use it. Okay, use it. But to hear a class on a mobile, to read things on a mobile, is how you're going to make any purification. It's the material energy. Oh, we use it, so you cannot get purification from the material energy, can you? You can only get purification from the spiritual energy. That's why you hear Hari Guitar from a Suda Vaishnava. So if you look at a class in the phone and someone sent me a nice text or something on the phone, you won't get no purification. So someone who's wise, when you advance spiritually, there becomes more subtleties of spiritual life. You think, well, I'm not going to listen to this. Who's posted this? Is that? No. I'm going to read the Shastra. I'm going to hear Hari Guitar. I'm going to associate with serious devotees. And then Krishna will see and he will make the arrangements. It's the most important thing, to be with high-class association. And then Krishna will make all the arrangements. The Vaishnava will make all the arrangements. We think we're serving the Vaishnavas. We're not serving the Vaishnavas at all. The Vaishnavas are serving us. They're making the temple, they're making the situation so we can be engaged to become purified. This is the situation. And then we do something, like myself, I think, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm not doing nothing. When I go out in the street, my service is books. When I'm going out and do books, I can see how I'm not distributing nothing. I get inspired and energy comes inside me, boom, 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 and they go out. You can see. So they're saying we have to surrender. Without surrender, you're just a pretender. We have to surrender. And the more you surrender, the more you become purified, and then the situation happens, and then the Vaishnava will give you mercy. Because without this mercy, you cannot carry on in your spiritual life. You cannot get this feeling, because everything is a feeling in life. So when you're doing spiritual life, you're getting nice feeling, you're chanting, you know, you're doing your service, you're seeing Takuti. This is a nice feeling. This hopefully is a spiritual feeling will come. And when you chant, then everyone's at their moments when you're crying, things have happened. You get them moments in your life, whether it's 5 times, 10 times, or every day it's happening. It's a nice feeling you're chanting. So when you got them nice feelings in so many years ago, or you got it this morning, you carry on chanting. You can't stop chanting. You'll chant all day long. So we have to continue with these nice feelings will come. So if you're going to want to get married and you want a wife or you want a husband, then feelings won't come, because that'll be mundane feelings. So we have to associate with high-class devotees. So these feelings continuously flow 24 hours a day. Imagine Madhikari is speaking Hari Guitar, he's preaching, or he's chanting now. He's only thinking of Krishna. Now, why we look for the external energy to give me some happiness? Because that's not happening. Why is that not happening? Because there's some loophole in my Bhakti. Then you have to look, well, what am I doing? Am I using the phone too much? Or am I associating with, am I a girl? Am I associating with another girl? All she wants to do is get married. All she wants to do that. Then that association will rub off of you. Then you have to be careful. Or am I associating with a brahmachari, or is talking to ladies too much? I had it not so long ago, and I said, hey, stop, don't come and give me your poison. I don't want to hear that. This is Vajopa. So we have to be serious. So we should be really every day inspiring more, chanting more taste will come. If you don't do that, then this good bar, these tastes will come, and then naturally you're going to look to the external energy to stimulate you, to make you happy, which all the people in the mundane world do. So you have to become very deep in your Krishna consciousness, chanting and praying. You should really look forward to your chanting. You should know no one come in between your chanting. If you're married, it's going to come in, a baby's going to come in between your chanting. I know I've had this experience, and I'm chanting in the morning and my child comes down and I'm chanting. So therefore I can't ignore my child, because, you know, it's going to disturb the little child, whether she was a 3 or 4-year-old. So therefore I can't be rude on my responsibility. So then I give that cuddle to the baby or whatever the situation. But therefore my chanting go out the way. So when you do that, you get the option again, you get a second option to carry on in this Krishna consciousness. You realize, there's no substitute for experience. I want to develop my time and energy only for Krishna. Because as well, we see the baby, yeah, nice baby, but it's an illusion. What is an illusion? Illusion, confusion. You see the baby, nice baby. We're all thinking about the baby. We're not thinking about Krishna. This is demoniac policy. Oh, well, it's a bit bad to say that, demoniac policy, to look at a baby. No, look at the big picture. Because that little baby girl who's 3 months old, 15 months ago, was an old man who died and thought about his wife. Then he took birth as a little baby girl in that situation. So we have to look. So when someone's preaching this Krishna consciousness, you don't get many customers. Because when someone's preaching the truth, is very unpalatable, though it's very beneficial. So understand, most people say, oh, don't listen to him, don't do that, oh, they're fanatics. Like, no, fanatics, this philosophy is unpalatable. My Guru Maharaj said that, it's very unpalatable truth. But we should understand the truth, and then to our capacity, try to apply yourself. Because once you're in that ashram, I don't know why I'm saying this, once you're in that Grihastha ashram, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, oh, first year, oh, happiness, oh, hello, how are you, all speaking, this, that, oh, we do this, we do that, and we can get that, with that. It's all about your own enjoyment, and you're getting some stimulation, because in the material world, there is stimulation. People go to a pop concert, listen to Michael Jackson, the Beatles, and that. When they come out, they're stimulated. But that's a material stimulation. And then we're devotees, we get a material stimulation, and we think that is spiritual stimulation. It's not spiritual stimulation. So we should marry, if we're a lady, we should marry the spiritual master. Make him my life and soul. Is that going to please him? If you marry, you bring another man, or is he going to make it? On the Brahman show, you see what happened not long ago. Someone going to go up and get married, have a vice, they're looking and helping us, they can give us everything. They can do anything. We should understand the power of the sadhu. Every day it should get stronger and stronger. He has the power and capacity to control everything. I say this all the time, but you must understand. He can go to America and manipulate the president's mind if he wants, but he don't do that because he don't mess about the independence. And he's beyond all reason and logic. This is situation. This is how much power he has. I don't know why I should say this, but I should say this. You all know I got cancer. Then the doctors say, 4 months' time, you're dead. This is 6 months ago. You're dead. Yes, you have an operation. I go to the vice and she don't have an operation. That's it. Next minute, Shaban Babu come here. He said, oh, you know, Acharya's got cancer. I don't know why I'm saying this. And he said, yeah, he's got cancer, but I saved him. I have 2 doctors. I'm dead now. I'm borrowed time. So this is the power of the saddle. This is, you can do anything. Unbelievable. Like Jesus, he built people back from the dead. He done that. The sadhu's got the same power, the same capacity. But we have to have this shraddha, this faith. This is most important. No faith, then we're going to look for someone. Oh, I'm doing this, that. You're going to look for something to stimulate you. Who has a marriage who don't argue, who don't get in problems? I wish I never done that. So take example. Every day is difficult, it's a challenge, but go deep into the Naam. Don't go the wrong way. Go deep into Naam. Everything is in Naam. Go better and more into Naam. Understand? Because around the corner in time, you will chant more Namabas, Chai Namabas, Priti Bimba, no, Chai Namabas, Priti Bimba is shadow. Then, one day, if you become magic, you can chant pure name. The sadhu can just click his finger, wink his eye, do what he wants, and you'll chant pure name. Why won't he give his pure name? Because he's like giving a baby, a 3-year-old, a gun. We're not capable of handling the pure name yet. We're not on that level. So we should take this day seriously, every day, and become very seriously about your spiritual life, and understand how to please the sadhu. Because here, we've got so many different services, so many different moods, so many different situations. I've been in situations where, you know, it might be more deity worship, it might be more prasad, maybe more book distribution. In my situation with book distribution, I've always done books. I don't know nothing else. All I know is how to distribute books. So that's my service, I do that. But I get so much, you know, realization from going out there, because our Dharma is what? Is chanting the holy name and preaching. This is the only Dharma. But now in this situation, we cannot preach so much because, you know, there's so many different situations. But if we give up our greed, and not do this for me, paragraph for me, this for me, this for me, Baba, you said you do this for other people, you're helping other people, then automatically you get so much benefit, so much realization, because we're all selfish, we're all greedy. That's why we're in this material world. So we want to do that. And you only keep what you have by giving it away. This is situation. This is very deep Siddhanta. So we're very fortunate to be in this situation. And be careful when you speak to someone or you hear someone, let's say in our family, if they're in our group, if they're under the guidance of the Vaishnavas, be very, very careful. In Srimad Bhagavatam it says, 526, it says, until you can find someone transcendental to the 4 basic defects, until you can find someone transcendental to the 4 basic defects, you should not set the vice and become a victim of material conditioning, because they're under the mold of nature. So if someone is not under the guidance of a Vaishnava, it might be called so-called devotee, but unless someone's under Anigatya, Bhakti only flows in Anigatya. If they're not in Anigatya, they don't know the philosophy. They might be around 50 years, 60 years, I'm a disciple of Bhakti, I'm a Bhakti disciple of Prabhupada, this, that, but really, you're not a disciple, because nothing don't flow only in Anigatya. So we're being learned that, but we have to be careful with you speak that, but I can speak that because that's in my nature. As it is. I speak it as it is. That's the thing. You have to see it. And if you want to be popular, if you want to be the flavor of the month, you won't be if you're speaking the Siddhanta as it is. But you should know the philosophy, read the philosophy, be excited. Oh my God. Prabhuji's written his book, Krishna Kanamrita. Oh, Srila Prabhupada is writing the parables in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Associate with these Vaishnavas. Don't keep associating with your mind. Keep this stupid mind that, oh, I'm doing this service, I'm doing this, I want to do this, I want to do that. Always thinking, the mind thinking, feeling and willing all the time. No. Tell the mind to shut up. Try to concentrate on Nam and Nami. Krishna come, is Nami, but Nam is more important. So your goal should be to chant 1 lakh Nam. Then when you're mathematically, you'll be chanting 24 hours a day. Mathematically chanting the minimum 3 lakh. You can chant 1 lakh in 3 hours. Krishna will come fast. Root Guru Leader will come to you. When we first started chanting, I remember when I come to the temple, I was chanting 4 rounds. I think it's taking me about, about, I don't know, so many hours to chant 4 rounds. And when I come to the temple, in ISKCON, and someone, I see him all chanting, and some devotee spoke, and he said, 16 rounds. I went, what? You chanted 16 rounds? Oh my God. I just couldn't get inside my brain that I was having so much trouble chanting 4 rounds that someone could chant 16 rounds. But slowly, if these content sections go, we can chant more. The Vaishnavas here are chanting all the time. Not so long ago, I go in the room and I'm waiting there, probably speaking to me early in the morning. Then he's reading the book, and as he's reading the book, he couldn't stop it. He couldn't stop himself chanting. Wow, this is some situation. So we're with this high-class association, and we're in Vrindavan, we're at home there. Everyone else in this world is a refugee. It's not their home. They're all refugees, but now we are in a home. So we should do everything to stay at home. If you want to go preaching this, that, and you want to be the big shot, this, that, you can do that. But the Vaishnavas won't take you away from home. Rupa Goswami says to reside in Raj under a Rasik Vaishnava. Only people go out and they want temples. That's good because they're told to do that. But really, we've got to be in Bandhav. You've got to be under the guidance of a Vaishnava. And this is the most important thing. Then Harikatha will flow. So what did I say? I was saying, until you can find someone transcendental to the 4 basic defects, you should not accept advice and become a victim to material condition. And my brain's going funny because I'm an old car, I'm 66. But this is situation. So if you're hearing someone and he's not under the guidance of a pure devotee, then you're here in the material energy, because his mind's manipulated by this material energy, and this material energy is surcharged with competition. I want this, I want that, I can do that, I'm senior, I'm master, toxic. So your bliss must be in this pure line under the guidance of a Vaishnava. Then you take their advice. Someone might come around and he's got all the external flowers of being around. I was with Gurudev for so long, I did this, that. That's external, but what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Who are you under guidance now? Are you under a pure devotee? This is that situation. This is what you got. It's unparalleled. So people say, oh look, even though it's so long, well, so long it doesn't matter, so long could be 100 years. Where's his Bhakti? Why are you with the Vaishnavas? And then there's some problem. There's some loophole in his Bhakti because they're not with the Vaishnavas. Some reason. So this Sadhu Sangha is the most important thing, to be under the guidance of the Vaishnavas. And try and please the Vaishnavas. Stop trying to enjoy the Vaishnavas. Stop trying to exploit the Vaishnavas. When Krishna's playing his dancing, all the manjaris and gopis go there to do service. They make themselves pretty, the girls. They go to themselves pretty to make him happy. They don't go for exploitation. Oh, I want to see you. I want to hear you. I want to do that. Ha, ha, ha. That's exploitation. How are you going to chant none when you're an exploiter? This world is filled with exploiters. If you want to do that, go back in the material world. Don't exploit the saddle. Be at the back. The back benches, I want to go there, I want to hear from him, I want to do... No. He knows everything you're doing. He's with you, he's on the pulse. This is most of the situation. Have that faith. That faith. That faith is the light in the darkness. We have to have that faith that sadhu is with me. He knows everything he's doing. He manipulates us. He comes in our mind. He helps us. Look at me. I'm a little rubber fool. I don't know nothing. But he gives you mercy. He can make a dumb man cross mountains. A blind man. No, dumb man and a speaker. A lame man cross mountains. And a blind man see the stars in the sky. This is the power of sadhu. He has the same power of Krishna. He's the mercy of Krishna. He's got so much power, it's inconceivable. And we're in such a great situation. This gratitude must be there. We must have this gratitude. We must be grateful for the Vaishnavas around us. Don't let the mind criticize. Don't let the mind find fault. There's all great devotees here. All right, some problems are there, but it's like bubbles in the Jamuna. You go to the Jamuna, the Ganges, dirt and bubbles there. But it's pure, but we're only seeing the bubbles. So we're very, very lucky to be in this association. And here in this Harikatha, because when you're in Vaishnavas, you're with the Manjaris, their moods and their vows, just staying in that association will come to you. You will change. We have to change. And this poison, all these anger, greed, lust, jealousy, selfishness, all these things within the heart, all these poison will go. Only by Hari Seva. Prabhupada says, Hari Seva is the only way. And hearing Seva is hearing Harikatha. Taking Prasad. Prasad is so powerful. I asked the Vaishnavas one time, if we're chanting 1 lakh Harinam, Namabas, say, then if you take Prasad, take you 15 minutes, say you chant 1 lakh Namabas, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours or whatever. What's the highest benefit? He said, why do you think I'm doing Prasad? Prasad is much more. Prasad is no bas. Prasad is Prasad, it's God's mercy. Let's you chant pure name. That potency we're getting every day by taking Prasad 1 or 2 or 3 times a day is uncountable, unconceivable. That potency is God's mercy. God is tasting it. Radharani is tasting it, but we get so complacent with being here. Oh, it's Prasad, this, that, throw it away, do this, that. This is Prasad, and this mercy comes. And then we will slowly, guarantee, as long as we don't commit Vaishnava Aparad, we should always be scared of Vaishnava Aparad. If we think we made a mistake or we made offended someone, go up to them, always err on the side of caution and say, please forgive me, did I make some mistake? I'm sorry, this, that. Just do that, because Vaishnava Aparad is a mad elephant. The mad elephant comes into the garden, you know, and it uproots everything. Pretty roses, pretty white flowers, and like the girls are doing out in the garden. It quickly tramples it, it uproots it, and then your Bhakti is finished. And this happens a lot. If they're not in sadhu sangha, this happens a lot. People you see now are here on the internet, easy to say this, easy to do that, because they're not in the purification process. If you're not with the sadhu, you might have been with Srila Maharaj and Srila Maharaj left. You never took shelter of another Vaishnava. So you're not in sadhu sangha. So you're out of the washing machine now, and you're put to one side. You're becoming stagnant, you're becoming dirty. It ain't cleaning. You want to carry on being in the washing machine. Being in the washing machine is sadhu sangha. Once the washing machine goes, and you don't I am not a bad analogy, I should have said that, but once you're being clean, you want to carry on being clean. So the only way you can be clean is being in sadhu sangha. And if you don't want to be in sadhu sangha, Bhakti Siddhanta says we should always be in Vaishnava association. We're so weak, we cannot survive without Vaishnava association. If we remove ourselves from Vaishnava association, we will develop the simple mentality that I am master. Like you see so many people, oh now I'm doing this, I'm in front, I'm with the sadhu, I'm up front, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm not in sadhu sangha. But anyway, so this is the most important thing, to be in this situation. But when devotees come, they're in a different mood, we always expect them here and this and that, but don't take it in your heart. I asked Gaur Maharaj one time, I said, your godbrothers come, how should I treat them? He said, when my godbrothers come, he said, you respect them. He said, but don't listen, don't follow what they say. Very hard, very rare to be in sadhu sangha. Continue being in pure sadhu sangha. We have to be humble. This humility must be there. Vrindavan Das Thakur says in Chaitanya Bhagavat, this is a great verse, you should learn this. Vrindavan Das Thakur says in Chaitanya Bhagavat, humility and meekness attracts the attention of Krishna. This is the verdict of all the Vedas. The verdict of all the Vedas. All you have to be is humble. Prabhupada says, humility carves away for bhajan. It carves away for bhajan. Being this humility. Then these desires won't come in your heart. This lust won't come in your heart. Having this humility. You might be humble, but you're walking around and you're looking at this devotee's this devotee's that, you're thinking this or that devotee, then how humble are you? Only ego is there. Nothing can excuse you from your spiritual life. You're your own worst enemy. Then your ego. It's all about ego. So this humility must be there. What does Varma Maharaj say? Varma Maharaj says, if one considers himself a cockroach, a worm, a germ, then, and only then, there's a possibility of auspiciousness coming. Spiritual life is a fight. A fight for what? Varma Maharaj says, it's a great quote. A fight for what? Fight for the lower ground. Lower ground. Tanara, peace, and Ichinara. But everyone wants the higher ground. This is very toxic position. Oh look, I'm up front, I'm doing that. My Guru Maharaj said the backbenchers get Krishna. The backbenchers, be at the back. Oh, you're told to do something, do it. Why do you want to be at the front? This is a material energy. Search out your competition. I want to be the best. I want to please the sadhu. Oh look, I did this, I did that. This is the material conditioning. This is the fight for the lower ground, because it's an eternal fight inside. So what do? You take refuge of Nam. Only Nam is Krishna. Understand is Krishna in the form of sound. You want that. And he sees that. Oh, that person's determined. You're knocking on the door every day. Every day. You're knocking because I want that. I don't want to go back to this world no more. I don't want to be. I want to be the Vaishnava. I want to serve the Vaishnavas. So you have to be determined, strong inside. Tight container. Haribol. Read Nam, chant Nam. This is most important. Read the Sastra. This is most important thing. When you lose people, he, oh. No, how are you going to be strong? You have to be strong. Intense power must be there. The Krishna sees that. Then it has to give you. You conquer the unconquerable. This is not an easy thing. You read the tricky thing to get Krishna. Shama Sundar, the most individual, who makes millions and millions of universities coming out of board his king. Unconceivable philosophy. Then, when your true manifests, you're brilliant as millions of suns. Not that you want to be. And you have the power and capacity to make millions of universes. This is that, and you're going to let some husband, you're going to let some wife destroy that. Anymore, this life I give my life to God. No matter what I do, some discomfort, eat some prasad. What we want to be slim figure for, like that. Eat, get fat, then the boys won't want to be attracted to you. And the ladies won't be attracted to you. Don't worry. They're only doing it for their own sense gratification. This is the situation. Don't fall back down. You've climbed up that mountain so hard. It's so difficult to come along. You've gone through so trials and tribulation. And then you let it all go down again. You fall down the mountain, and then it becomes a big avalanche that you don't understand. Big avalanche. A little snowball, big avalanche. Wives, children, kids, so many things. Then you're finished. Finished. How many people come back? Unless you get the mercy, the kick and the under, you never come back. Maya, I'm higher, illusion, confusion. This is a test. It's a test. Every time you are Maya or Krishna. Maya or Krishna. It's a test. Every second you're being contaminated or you're being purified. You associate with him, Facebook, YouTube, do that, okay, contamination. Someone serious, hurry guitar, purification. That's what you have to be. Then you have a strong soul. But Kali Yuga is becoming so contaminated. And it's becoming very diluted. So you have to see, be intelligent, be your own doctor, see, respectable is nice and that, but understand what they're doing. Are they walking around chanting? They're not in Namaparad. Namaparad gives sense gratification, that's why you want a husband, because you're chanting Namaparad. If you're chanting Namaparad, you're crying and tasting, you don't want a husband. You know a husband, put him in dustbin. That's where he belongs. You don't want that. So you want, don't give up while you're weak. You want to give up and try Namaparad? I'm going for that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's difficult. I give up like this. No, I want that Namabas. Push on, be strong, be powerful. I get it. Frosty says that, I must do. Krishna says you're crying, just cry because you can't get it. Then everything will come to you. Have this faith. Because otherwise worry is lack of faith. Obstacles arise when one loses sight of the goal. You must be very determined. This is the most important thing. Anyway, sorry, I'm not into one. But this is a situation to be very serious. This, eternal life, no more birth and death, you're full of knowledge, you're full of bliss. Krishna makes things so interesting. One day, as you're progressing, and you become a beauty role, you're giving class, right? Like Prabhupada does, he looks, that person was my mum and dad 7 births ago. That was my uncle, that was the person I did, that was this, but you're not going to tell him. Let's say the sadhu looks, he knows everything about you. This Krishna makes it so interesting in spiritual life. The people you meet, I just met someone the other day and he said to me, you know what, I become very wealthy. I love the people I meet on books. He said, I become very wealthy. He said, but you know what, I become very arrogant. And I thought, wow, that's really nice realization. He got a load of money, but he's admitting. I said, many people don't admit they become arrogant. Now you can start your spiritual life. So many different things. And then I met someone else on books, I know I said this before. So this person, I see him, I think I said this before, but I like this. I saw this person, he had a white suit, beige. He was like you can tell, he was like cut very clean cloth. He was a very nice person. So I thought, this person is interesting. Give him a book, started. So I said, what do you used to do? He said, I was in the army. He said, but I retired now. I said, what do you do? You have like some talking to him, trying to get some money out of him as well. No, I'm doing my little bit talking to him, that's what I do. And he said, well, I said, do you ever kill anyone? He said, yeah, I kill people. I said, how many? He said, 70. I said, 70? 70 people you killed? What happened then? He said, what I do is, he said, I was in like espionage. So what I used to do, he used to go to Pakistan, he used to break into had to go into a guerrilla group. So he made friends with the groups, like be a friend with a group. Then he said, and I used to have to assassinate him. I said, oh my God. So he was like assassin. He killed people like that. He said, that's why I'm coming here to pray. I said, well, you've done it for the government, don't matter, so you won't get no much trouble. So like so many different people, he said, yeah, but every person I kill, I feel some bad situation. I said, you'll be okay. But I'm saying so many different interesting people I meet on the street, so many people, anyway, I don't want to go too much into my stuff, but so many things happen, Krishna makes things very, very interesting. I met a boy one time, and he didn't want a book. In a game, what we do is, we give the person a book, and they say no. Most people say, what we do is, we try and turn the person around. So I give him the book, he said, no, I don't want. 2 minutes later, he gave me the book, he started crying, he gave me all his money. So this is Krishna's power. We can't limit the unlimited. A person the other day, I give him a book, he got all strong with me, he abused me, so no problem, I was lucky to be humble. then he walked away, then he come back 5 minutes later, he said, how many different books? Well, I don't have a lot of different books, because I, always this book, that book, those people's minds. But anyway, I think I don't have about 4 or 5. So I said, 5. He said, give me the lot. I said, why you change so much? He said, I was walking up the road, then a ball hit me up the back, and I thought of you, I realised I was abusive, I'm sorry, and this, that. The Christian's there. Only that faith, he leaves things like jeopardy. He leaves it to the last minute. The Christian leaves it, poverty, they leave it to the last minute, they see it. But they're always there. This is called faith. They're always there. They won't desert you, they're brought us here. This is the most important thing. Then he give you everything. But you go into that material energy, Maya, illusion, you're going, and big problem comes, big problem. Only faith, understand what faith is. Faith is, I chant my rhymes to the best of my ability, we do the program, and if I just suffer, what's the suffering? What's the suffering? Oh, I want this, I want that, I want that. Only problem. And don't think, my Guru Maharaj told me, you come back to spiritual life straight away. You can be sent off, he said, for 26 births. This, that, something. And if you go to heavenly planets, they like hundreds of births. So why? You have to keep tight contentment, isn't it? This is the most important thing. Then, there'll be one Prabhupada disciple said, I think it's Jamuna, she said, when there was a Prabhupada, only for some time, only 6 months, but that's the most, I think, anyone's, a big community spent with Prabhupada. She said it was like a famine, it was beautiful. This is like it, but this will go. This will go. Guaranteed when 1 year, 5 years, 20 years, I don't know. But this ain't going to stay the same. So make the most of it. Make the most of that lifestyle. If you're in your room, and you're thinking of the lifestyles, and you're chanting, and you're thinking of his glories, well, you're up close to him, trying to enjoy him, exploit him, who's going to get the best? And when secrets come to you, you're going to tell anyone? You're not going to tell anyone. You're going to keep it. So he knows, he hides his sadikas. With Manjari's charismatic of a Manjari secret. Secret, you don't do all these things. Secret, well, I need to tell someone. I'm insecure. Big house, big car, look at me, I'm blessed. Insecure person. Oh, look, I'm doing this. I'm doing all the saving. Only saving is numb. Everything supports numb. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to go to Brooklyn Lila, the Kunja. This is the saver. Chanting pure name. We want to do that. Other things we must do. Don't get me wrong, but this is the only thing. Otherwise, we have to keep checking ourselves. What is Bhakti Acharya Maharaj say? The I, to detect my own disqualification, is my real wealth. What is your problem? When the last time you sit down, oh my God, I'm very proud. I'm stupid, I made a mistake. Why I'm always like this? Why not? No, we look at other people. We don't want to look at ourselves. No, I'm in the witness box. I'm the guilty party. I'm the culprit. This is really going internal. The I, to detect my own disqualification, is my real wealth. What other people do, or what they do, none of us, and we have some friends, they do this situation, but really, you've got to stop enjoying and becoming a servant as a Vaishnava. And the Vaishnava will give us everything. This is most important. It's very deep. And then when you chant, you get realization. And it's beautiful to get realization. Wow, my God, I really like this. Wow, wow, wow. So many situations come. Pray that I want to be crushed. Crush me, embarrass me, humiliate me in front of people. This is your good thing. Then this is real mercy. If I tell someone you say things in front of people, you ain't done. But no, we want a good, my people, I'm like this, I'm good, I'm this, so many different things. We want that. But no, that's not, we want to be humiliated. That's the most important thing. We like this. This vulnerability is really our mercy, being some vulnerable, isn't it? Most important thing, situation. So, I think those things on it. Forgive me if I say anything wrong, my character is my character. I'm the way I am, I'm a Yavina and I'm a Militia. There's no two ways about that. They say when you're born from a mother and father who wasn't doing some spiritual things, it's animal birth. So I'm there, but by take down your mouthful and the Vaishnava's mercy, somehow I'm here. If you all pray, give me some mercy, I can carry on when I leave my body. Okay. Panchakopa Visha, people can really